Close encounters caught on camera. Nearly a dozen tornadoes hitting parts of the South, including this one in Georgia. Over the next 3 hours, we're bringing you the raw emotion as locals found themselves caught in potentially life-threatening situations. This is Weather Center Live. We are in the lab. Good morning. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Jennifer Delgado. It is Thursday, February the 4th. And Chris, we are looking at a pattern change setting up for next week, and we're going to be watching several lows causing a problem.
That's right, and we could be looking at not one, yes, as you mentioned, several, but three.
Yes.
3 lows potentially causing some snow in the east, and we are going to check in with our expert, storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel. He's going to join us to break down the timing, and he's going to track each system next on Weather Center Live. We start with flooding, though. The flooding issues caused by storms from Mississippi to Kentucky. In Morton, Mississippi, several reports of flooding along Interstate 80. Flooding problems also south of Louisville, Kentucky. In Bullitt County, there were reports of water rescues in the area and high water on the roads. You can see a big mess in so many areas. Several roads were also flooded around Asheville, North Carolina. And if you're watching us here on Weather Center Live, we were showing you all of the flash flood warnings that were in effect all up and down the mountains there throughout parts of North Carolina into Virginia. So a lot of water, Jen, with the storms, you can see, causing some problems.
Oh, absolutely. We saw some of these areas pick up more than 2 inches of rainfall. I know Asheville, you picked up 2.16 inches. So what is going on with our stalled front? Well, let me show you what it's done over the past 24 hours and 48 hours. Some of these totals that you're seeing in the yellow indicating 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. So it's no surprise we're seeing video like that coming in of the flooding. And we are seeing those problems that are going to continue as we go through the day, because you can still pick out our front where it is in place. And as it does, it's going to continue to be the fuel for more rainfall, as we're really going to continue to see some aerial pressures riding right along that front. And eventually it'll make its way up towards the north. But the problem is along this areas, including southern parts of Georgia as well as into parts of Florida, still holding on to the rainfall. But look across parts of Jacksonville where you're seeing the yellow. That's where we have the heaviest rainfall coming down. Rainfall rates at times, we could see this 2 to 3 inches an hour. And then we go up towards the north. North Carolina, South Carolina, you've been hammered as well. Cape Hatteras, heads up for you. You're going to be looking at a line of showers and thunderstorms coming through. We're timing this out. This is at 9 o'clock. We're going to see the clouds around, but you're not seeing the clouds across parts of western Atlanta as well as even into parts of Alabama like Birmingham. You are behind the front. Good days ahead. However, if you're going to be driving along Florida, anywhere from 10 all along 75, expect to see some times where you're going to encounter some ponding on the roadway. And then after that, this is our low that's going to be making its way to the north, producing potentially some snow for parts of the northeast. You see the rainfall totals there, but we want to talk more about the potential for a shot of snowfall for areas including parts of New England, guys.
That's right, and that's why we have storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel. He's been looking at the models, looking at the chances that not 1, not 2, but 3 potential areas of low pressure, bringing some snow to some spots of the East Coast. And Dr. Postel, your initial thought, how many of these you think have an actual chance of bringing some impacts?
They all do. But the one that is most imminent is coming soon. And there are already winter storm watches out for parts of eastern Massachusetts and parts of eastern Rhode Island as well. Those areas right now, are under a winter storm watch for a possible snow event beginning as early as tonight and tomorrow. We're going to see at least a few inches. This is the map now. This is our best estimate for what's going to happen. And if you looked at the maps a few days ago, there wouldn't have been anything on it because there wasn't a forecast for snow. It's kind of backed in to our thinking. It's kind of an interesting play here.
And people sometimes get confused when the weather changes versus when the forecast changes. And the forecast has changed.
It has, absolutely so. And there's, as I said, our best estimate here, but that doesn't mean that it's the only possible outcome. There's a myriad of chances here of decent snow. And let's look at one of those cities in Providence, for example, Rhode Island, where we have maybe a couple of inches. That's our estimate. But you know what? There is actually a pretty substantial shot.
Almost 50-50.
That they'll get more than 6, which means that there's a lot of uncertainty in this forecast, and it's a short-term forecast. We're normally used to thinking, okay, a lot of uncertainty a week away. We're talking like tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a close call. There's going to be a low pressure system sliding up the coast, and we got to watch its placement and its movement very closely, because by overnight tonight, yeah, you see a lot of rain on the map, but look what happens during the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. There may well indeed be a swath of accumulating snow in air that is just cold enough. Does include Boston. Rush hour could be very difficult.
All right, so that is one. And let's talk about coming up the second chance and the third chance for the Northeast to see some snow.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that at bottom of the hour. We're going to actually finish up this conversation with the sneaky event that might come in tonight, and also get to a couple of more in the coming days.
So many players setting up for parts of the Northeast. All right, we want to look at this video, and guys, check this out as well. For the second day in a row, we had severe weather move through parts of the Southeast. Rachel Hogan captured images of a tornado around Fort Stewart, Georgia. We want to hear what the woman had to say, and you can hear their concern. Pay very close attention to the child's voice on the tape.
This is right beside our house. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Are we gonna die?
No, babe, that's not going toward us. It's going away from us. Oh my word.
Yeah, definitely a tornado there. We are also seeing and hearing new video this morning of actually tornadoes elsewhere across parts of the South, including Mississippi. Now, new video this morning of Tuesday's tornado, which was an EF2 in Mississippi. But you can see the tornado there. I mean, it's just so scary, and hearing the child.
And we're going to explain why she was certain that tornado was going away from her. Also, this one, as it was in progress, the reaction from the people watching this, it was very close to their neighborhood.
Many sleep aids have pain medicine, but ZzzQuil is different. Because why would you take a pain medicine when all you want is good sleep? ZzzQuil, a non-habit-forming sleep aid that's not for pain, just for sleep.
Pure is big, bold, and just better. Pure is McCormick. The smallest pinch of Pure McCormick can make meals legendary. We want to help you realize the rich taste that Pure can bring, because Pure tastes better.
I have asthma, one of many pieces in my life. So when my asthma symptoms kept coming back on my long-term control medicine, I talked to my doctor and found a missing piece in my asthma treatment.
Once daily Brio prevents asthma symptoms. Brio's for adults with asthma not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Brio won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Brio opens up airways to help improve breathing for a full 24 hours. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Brio is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Brio and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Brio more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor if 24-hour Brio could be a missing piece for you. See if you're eligible for 12 months free at mybrio.com.
Never underestimate the power of Energizer. Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
This is the moment. For the first time, Clinton, Sanders, face to face. An exclusive. The MSNBC Democratic Candidates Debate, moderated by Chuck Todd and Rachel Maddow, tonight at 9 Eastern on MSNBC.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, mostly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, high 79. Tonight, cloudy with a few Friday, partly cloudy and windy. High 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
I've suffered for 18 years with dry, cracked hands.
In the winter in Chicago, it's dry, it's cold, makes my hands even worse.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry, cracked hands.
My hands feel better.
I finally found relief.
Learn more at O'Keefe'sCompany.com.
Have you tried O'Keefe's?
0 to 60-ish in 22.5 seconds. Top speed, 82 miles per hour. Downhill. Stopping time. Yes. Car insurance quote from Safe Auto, 3 minutes. A new record. When speed really matters, Safe Auto delivers. Safe Auto. Call, click, and enjoy the road ahead.
Now you can create your own tour of Italy from Olive Garden's most mouth-watering dishes, starting at $12.99. Choose 3 of 10 classic favorites to enjoy on one plate, like our delicious new shrimp ravioli with lobster Alfredo, a filled pasta like irresistible tortellini al forno, and a classic like creamy fettuccine Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and freshly baked breadsticks. Because the best tour of Italy is the one you create. Only at Olive Garden. We're all family here. Breadstick lovers, your new favorite lunches here. Breadstick sandwiches.
Right now here on Weather Center Live, this is a look at the Roanoke River in Roanoke, Virginia, and it's spilling over its banks over the road. Combination of the very heavy rain that we were tracking here on Weather Center Live yesterday, leading to scenes like this. You have the rain and the snow melt, and you can see, looks like it's usually a bridge, and not the case there. It's a road that goes into the water.
Yeah, you know, you're right. And when you're looking at that result of heavy rainfall, and of course, some parts are still kind of recovering from the melting snowfall, it was a 2-for-1 type of problem. As we look across parts of the Northeast, we're going to be looking at as well those temperatures, the warm ones that you're seeing going bye-bye, because what we have is that front that's coming through, and that's going to change things, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine snow when temperatures right now when you walk outside are in the 50s, but that is going to be a possibility. As we look at the highs today, you're almost 20 degrees warmer than average, anywhere from almost 10 to about 20 degrees warmer than average along that I-95 corridor. Colder inland, and again, there is that possibility for some snow in the Northeast, and we're going to take a closer look at that. But right now, enjoy the warmth if you like it.
Yeah, enjoy it, because we do know that absolutely we have a winter storm watch for parts of New England. We'll get to that in just a moment. But we want to talk about the temperatures. And yesterday, those numbers were really kind of explosive. They were so warm. As we show you for Rochester, you set a new record, 59 degrees yesterday. Watertown, 55, as well as Burlington, 54 degrees. Well, all this leads you to thinking, well, this cannot provide very great conditions for the lack of ice cover. And you're absolutely right. We look at one city in particular, Buffalo. For their December average temperature, we all remember how December started off so warm. Those temperatures just really kind of skewed the average to much warmer, 42.1%. But usually we should actually see the normal value being at 30.3, excuse me, not percent, actually temperature. For January, we were pretty much even, but now that we set up into February, of course, we're going to know we're only 4 days in. The average is going to be a little off, but certainly we're going to see cooler temperatures working in very shortly. But how does that affect things?
Hey, you know what, Jen? I was in Buffalo a few days ago, and I thought Buffalo's great in the springtime.
Yeah.
But it's not spring.
But you have to stay there a little bit longer to figure it out.
It's not spring. No. We want to talk now and get some local perspective on some of the warmer temperatures we've been seeing, including the lack of ice around the Great Lakes. David Zaff joining us from the National Weather Service in Buffalo, New York. David, first off, when you step outside and you look at the lakes, what's your reaction to the season so far?
Well, clearly the reaction is it's unusual. It's been warm throughout much of the winter, with the exception of a little bit in January, and the water for most areas is there's no ice.
Yeah, you're right. There is no ice. And when we go back in time and we look at back in 2015, we know we had, about 35% coverage. Do you think the cold weather that we're expecting, that big dip to come next week, that's going to help change things?
Well, certainly we'll have a resurgence in some of the ice along the lake shores. Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll fully cover at least Lake Erie unless it lasts right through February. Lake Ontario rarely ever freezes, so we're not too worried about that.
And David, for people who are not familiar with this part of the country and the Great Lakes, is the lack of ice, is that a blessing or is that a curse?
I think it depends on your perspective. There are a lot of fishermen that like to go out on the ice, and that's a downer for them when there's no ice coverage. Otherwise, it doesn't really have too much of an impact, with the exception of the actual lake effect. That can really put a lid on things. So again, it's more of just a local phenomenon than anything else.
Yeah, and of course we know we had that heavy snowfall that came just a couple weeks ago, but other than that, it's been really quiet there. Now, we do know that Lake Erie actually freezes up much faster because it's more shallow, but, what are you expecting, how that's going to impact things as we go through the next couple days? Very quickly, I'm not leaving you much time.
Well, we are looking for a little bit of a return to cooler weather, as you noted earlier. A little bit of snow for next week, and then we have a better chance for some type of lake effect event, probably late next week or into the weekend. But as far as where that occurs is way up in the air at this time.
David Zaff, thank you very much from the National Weather Service in Buffalo, New York. We appreciate your local perspective. Coming up, we're going to give you our perspective, checking with Dr. Greg Postel, and we're going to break down this video and his reaction as a storm.
Hey, you're gonna do great.
From the very minute you have this idea that you want to be in business, you need to have that card.
Presentation is everything because they're not only first impression of you, but now you're handing them this product that really is kind of going to define your business in their mind pretty quickly.
You want a very thick card that feels nice in your client's hand.
I think it's nice to have a choice because sometimes you want a glossy card, but for other projects, I don't necessarily want all that.
Your business card is a reflection of you. It should say exactly what you want. With a range of design, stock, and finish options at Vistaprint, it will. Get 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Just enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
That business card, when I make a connection with someone, has to be phenomenal. It has to be elegant and invoke all the things that Diamond stands for.
Just that professionalism is going to make you, as a business owner, more successful just right off the bat.
Vistaprint.com.
Yeah. I've called around for auto insurance quotes, and
it seems like they're all the same.
If you want a company that feels different the very first time you call, then try Amica.
There has to be something better.
Our whole company is dedicated to great customer service and helping you save money. For example, you can save up to 25% when you insure more than one car with Amica.
Hey, why don't you call Amica? That's a great company.
Yes, listen to that guy. Bicycle guy. Well, who haven't we tried yet?
Amica.
Call Amica now for your free, no obligation quote.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jen Carfagno, and the rest of AMHQ.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ.
In celebration of Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's anniversary, we're excited to offer rates from $149 in prime season on our 2-night Bahamas cruise. There's no better value anywhere, as the food and service are outstanding and there's great entertainment everywhere. Go get pampered, go get excited, and go try something new in the beautiful Bahamas. It's all about having fun and creating special memories. If you're looking for a longer vacation, add a 2 or 4-night Bahamas stay to your cruise at the beautiful Grand Lucayan Beach Resort. Enjoy spectacular white sand beaches, family fun, fine dining, golf, and so much more. A 2-night Bahamas cruise for $149 with an option to add a Bahamas resort stay is an amazing deal. Come celebrate our anniversary. Call 800-814-7100. That's 800-814-7100. 800-814-7100.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80. Winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, a few showers this evening, then clouds lingering overnight. Thunder possible. Low 61. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy. High 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Back right now, we look at the forecast for parts of the southeast. We know we've seen some rainy times, including areas like Florida as well as into southern Georgia, spreading into the Carolinas. As we go through the day, we could be looking at 1 to 2 inches, but look at some of those spots across parts of Florida where you're seeing the darker shaded green. We could look at 2 to 3 more inches. We already know yesterday we had flooding problems. 2 views for you. Charleston, South Carolina, Orlando, you guys have something in common. It's still warm and it's still wet, but eventually we are going to see that rain actually coming to an end. We're going to be watching, looks like a low that's going to be moving up the coastline. Really a couple lows as we go through the next couple of days, Chris.
Yeah, we know it's been a very active week as far as severe weather goes, and we've been getting in some incredible pictures and videos of the tornadoes we've seen in the southeast. We're going to show you some of the reported tornadoes and some of the confirmed tornadoes we've seen in the southeast. We're going to start off right now with a look at a tornado in Collinsville, Mississippi. We're going to show you one in Georgia from yesterday, but this one is from Tuesday. Aaron Pogue captured the moment the tornado was heading very close to his home.
Yeah, it may. It's right there.
I have never seen clouds rotate that way.
I've never seen a tornado.
That's the first one I've ever seen live.
Is it coming? I don't know. Oh my gosh. No, don't get in the car. Hey, yo, get in the bathtub now. Go. Really, go. Go, go. My gosh. It is so loud. But it could turn this way and hit us in a second. I see what they mean when they say rain wrap. You can't see anything. Frank, it's coming across the lake. It's coming right at. Oh my God! It's coming right at us. It's coming right at us.
All right, so as we look again at some of the video and the storm itself in the top right, as seen on radar going through Collinsville, Mississippi, and then some of the damage afterward on the bottom right. Dr. Greg Postel is here. Jen's here looking at this video. Dr. Postel, you've say countless storms you've been out on tracking and chasing those storms. When you hear this, Dr. Postel, and you hear what people say, the reaction, and we're going to hear more of it throughout the course of the next few hours, what comes to your mind?
It's almost without fail that you have that sort of a moment of awe and fear blended together when you see a tornado in person. And, you know, through countless videos, you can hear the audio of people saying almost the exact same thing. It's, oh my, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And then bleep, you know, you could probably bleep something out. It's almost like you're seeing the hand of the devil in front of you.
You're hypnotized of sort.
It's awful. And, you know, I've been out on a lot of chases and I've heard a lot of chasers who've seen a million tornadoes up close, and every single time they say almost the same thing when they come up with one, even though they've had so much experience. It's a very scary thing to see it in front of you.
You keep getting the same reaction.
Same reaction. You know what they can do, and you know your life is at risk as well.
Yeah, so this is one of the videos we saw here in Mississippi. This was from Tuesday. Turns out it was an EF2 tornado. The National Weather Service is now surveying another one in Georgia. We're going to show you that video coming up in just a little bit.
And guess what? That's going to have the same audio as this one.
And we'll see.
Different tornado, different person viewing it.
Same reaction.
Same reaction.
Yeah, it's scary when you see these happening. Well, coming up, if the East Coast is facing another major storm this week, how many inches are we talking? Plus, the reaction when another tornado touches down in the middle part of a military base in Georgia.
You can't predict the market. But through good times and bad, at T. Rowe Price, we've helped our investors stay confident for over 75 years. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Here's something new. Now you can get the Weather Channel forecast on the new LL Bean app. Just tap, shop, and discover. The new app from LL Bean, featuring forecasts from the Weather Channel. Download today.
Can't afford to let heartburn get in the way? Try Nexium 24 Hour. Now the #1 selling brand for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection with the new leader in frequent heartburn. That's Nexium level protection.
Moved into this? Make it look like this. Let's check out our options. Give it some style. Perfect. Now, let's detail it. Let's put our ideas to work and step into a new favorite room. Let's do this. Buy vanities in-store and online today, starting at just $139. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Americans, we're living longer than ever. As we age, certain nutrients become especially important. From the makers of One-A-Day 50 Plus, One-A-Day Proactive 65 Plus, with high-potency vitamin B12 and more vitamin D.
Lots of vitamins A and C, and only 50 calories a serving. Good morning indeed. V8. Veggies for all.
Before there could be a nation, there had to be people willing to fight for it, to take on the world's greatest challenges, whatever they might be. So the U.S. Army masters not only tactics and strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine, science, and engineering. Our next mission could be anything, so we prepare for everything.
I'm going to share a photo of my Eggo waffle when it pops up.
That's so interesting, honey, because I'm going to share a photo of my Eggo waffle when it pops up.
Lego my Eggo.
Lego my Eggo.
Hey, leave a message. Hi, I know you're there because I can see you. I'm calling you to tell you to Lego my Eggo.
Some things are too delicious to share. Golden, crispy, warm and fluffy Eggo waffles.
Lego my Eggo!
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jen Carfagno, and the rest of AMHQ.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80, winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, a few showers this evening, then clouds lingering overnight. Thunder possible, low 61. Chance of rain, 30%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy, high 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by Beltone, your premier hearing care partner.
Beltone is conducting a new trial on innovative hearing technology. You will be asked to evaluate a remarkable product that's virtually invisible. Call 1-800-BELTONE.
Oh, look at this. Yikes! Whoa! Icy roads, blizzard conditions across South Dakota because of Winter Storm Kayla, making some roads nearly impossible to drive on, some impassable. This was the drive as that storm was still happening, the wind still blowing. You can see this vehicle, even though it's an SUV, remember, four-wheel drive does not mean four-wheel stop.
No, it doesn't. This was actually on a part of I-29, and this was actually captured on the dash cam of the South Dakota Highway Patrol. I saw this on TV earlier today, and I was like, whoa. I mean, this just really captures it. You think you are safe on the road with a big truck. You know, four-wheel drive, maybe you have it, maybe you don't, but still. Very easy to lose control.
It is, and it's scary.
Spin out.
That winter travel can really be tough.
I want to thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Delgado.
And I'm Chris Warren. We also have storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel and meteorologist Jessica Arnoldy here. And a lot going on. You two, have you seen these two kind of buzzing about what's going to happen in the Northeast?
We were
looking
talking
at the
about
latest
this yesterday.
models. Yeah.
We were, because yesterday we didn't think it was going to be a big deal. And now maybe a little more bigger deal. And maybe even more than we thought a couple of hours ago.
I think that's
it's an ever-changing situation, right?
There's a lot of uncertainty left in this forecast, and we're not talking one a week from now. We're talking about in the next 24 hours.
And that's important
Less than 24 hours.
Right, and usually the forecast, it's much more dependable the closer you are to the time you're forecasting. And when it's this close, that's a lot of uncertainty.
You almost feel like you're now casting, right?
What is that in Jurassic Park? Remember when he does that? So just don't hang your hat on any number that you get now. Just pay attention for all the possible variations thereof. So
scenarios that could happen. Well, this morning we are seeing incredible images of tornadoes. This happened in Mississippi and Georgia. This was from Tuesday as well as Wednesday. And of course, we just had so many days of severe weather ahead of what happened with Winter Storm Kayla.
And as is the case so often, we watch this storm move from some of the southern states like Mississippi and Alabama, and then eventually into Georgia and the Carolinas. We showed you some video that captures what is a tornado. It has yet to be rated around the Fort Stewart area. Here's some more of the compelling story Rachel Hogan documents as a tornado is spotted near her home.
What did they do?
Get back away from the glass.
Don't you think that warning was a little too late for some people?
Tornadoes pop up like that. Oh my God.
What?
It's taking the roof off houses.
Is it really?
Yes. The shingles come off the house right across the street. Look at all the shingles in the air. This is right beside our house. Oh my gosh.
Oh, get in.
Oh my gosh.
You think we should get in now?
Are we gonna die?
No, babe, that's not going toward us. It's going away from us. Oh my word.
Wow.
I mean, it's incredible. It breaks your heart hearing the little girl say, Mommy, are we going to die? You hear that.
But Mom was certain that it wasn't coming their way because they watched it pass, right? They saw it go from right to left and it was moving away from them. So in this case, she was able to assure her daughter that things were going to be okay.
Every time I see tornado video or, you know, I'm in the vicinity of one in person and hearing the siren in the background makes it that much creepier.
Yeah.
Because you know what they can do.
Right.
It's almost like an air raid, right? You know, we weren't alive during the wars, but I mean, it's kind of like that, right?
That's exactly right. And you know, there's an interesting part in that video where we showed where the tornado all of a sudden seemed to appear, boom, out of nowhere. Well, what happened is that the circulation was already on the ground, but it got the column that was sort of representing the circulation.
So you're talking about right here?
Yeah, it's already on the ground, and it doesn't look like But
it starts taking stuff up, though. You see the debris.
Yeah, but at some point, it all of a sudden goes whoosh, because the pressures come down inside of the rotating vortex, and that actually brings down the temperature, and then you get closer to saturation. Your relative humidity goes up to 100% or just a little above, almost instantaneously. So it may not look like you've got one on the ground, but hang on, all of a sudden the temperature will come down inside the column, and you'll condense out and get a cloud.
And that's why they call it the condensation funnel.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Yeah, and at times you can almost see, it looks like you saw multiple vortices at times.
Yeah, it was a multiple vortex tornado, Jen. I think that's a really good observation.
It's going to happen, isn't it, here in a second?
Yeah, right here.
Right here.
Right in here.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. It shows
just
up
so quickly, you know, you see it disappearing, you see it reforming, and that's why we say you have to take shelter, because they can be erratic.
That's right. And when it didn't look like it was there, but the winds were there, just the cloud wasn't there along with the winds. And that cloud can show up just as soon as that temperature drops a degree or two, and all of a sudden, there it is. It's in front of you.
Scary stuff,
yeah.
And we're going to continue to take a look at that tornado video throughout the course of this morning. But Dr. Greg Postel, something else that's been changing, it seems like second by second. And it's the forecast. And the forecast, when you're looking at later on tonight and tomorrow, is usually been locked in for a little while, but that's not the case this time.
It's close. I mean, East Coast storms are particularly a pain in the neck because, most of the storm can be out to sea, but if just the edge of it, moves, 10, 20 miles one way, all of a sudden it brings in the I-95 corridor into play, which is kind of what we're seeing right now. This is our best estimate for snowfall forecast tonight and tomorrow. We're not talking a week from now, we're talking in the next 24 hours. And we put on some of these numbers, but I would argue don't really pay attention to those numbers because it's a range of possible outcomes. There is actually inside of here in our forecast a 5 to 8 inch range across parts of central Cape Cod, like for example in Sandwich or Barnstable. So there is a decent amount of snow on the table in the mindset right now. The question is, what else can happen? I mean, could it be more than we're showing? Absolutely. Here's a product from the National Weather Service which they put out, and I love it when they do this because it just shows you there's a lot that goes into their thinking. They're not coming out with one number and saying it's going to be this, and if it's not that, we're wrong. There's actually obviously a range of outcomes, and for Boston, for example, with this storm coming in tonight and tomorrow, there's actually a reasonable shot, I'd say reasonable at 30%, of more than 6 inches. So even though you actually look at the number, it says maybe 2, well, there's actually a chance you get a lot more than that.
And there's a decent 50-50 chance that you'll double that.
Right, exactly. So there's a lot to sort out yet, and this is how weather forecasts are made. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the media hasn't done their job in explaining uncertainty to the end user, to the public, but this is all in the back of the minds of the weather forecasters.
It's complicated.
It's complicated, but it deserves to be complicated. Right. It's not something that is tenable to a 3-second soundbite or a 10-word Twitter. You really have to take the time to explain things, otherwise it does the forecaster a disservice.
Probability really certainly matters when we're looking at this. All right, well, coming up, we're going to talk more about the potential for exactly just that, an East Coast storm next week, plus dramatic moments as a tornado spins up right before your eyes. See the entire video later on in the show in case you missed it. It's incredible. Here's a live view right now. We go to the west of Seattle, and we're starting off dark, and you can even see the deck of clouds right now, 45 degrees. Chris, say hi to Mom and Dad.
Hi, Mom and Dad. There's the Space Needles. We're looking downtown Seattle when that sun comes up. It's more of a lightning, probably, but usually be looking at Mount Rainier. Stay with us. We're going to have your winter weather update coming up as well.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80, winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, a few showers this evening, then clouds lingering overnight. Thunder possible, low 61. Chance of rain, 30%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy, high 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Savings are in season at Men's Warehouse. Right now, save up to 70% on winter clearance items, from suits to dress shirts to outerwear and more. Plus, buy one, get one free on additional favorites. Men's Warehouse. Follow your style.
Lowe's presents How to Find the Perfect Match.
Wow, they're so perfect together.
It's like they were made for each other.
They were. By the experts at HGTV?
Right.
Now get great deals, like paint and primer in one starting at $19.97 at Lowe's.
Never underestimate the power of Energizer. Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
Pure is big, bold, and just better. Pure is McCormick. The smallest pinch of Pure McCormick can make meals legendary. We want to help you realize the rich taste that Pure can bring, because Pure tastes better.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but ended up nowhere. Now I use this.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
Excuse me.
Again?
Be right back.
Always running to the bathroom because your bladder is calling the shots? You may have OAB.
Enough of this. We're going to the doctor.
Take charge and ask your doctor about Myrbetriq. That's Myrbetriq, the first and only treatment in its class for OAB symptoms of urgency, frequency, and leakage.
Myrbetriq Myrbetriq may increase blood pressure. Tell your doctor right away if you have trouble emptying your bladder or have a weak urine stream. Myrbetriq may cause serious allergic reactions. If you experience swelling of the face, lips, throat, or tongue, or difficulty breathing, stop taking Myrbetriq and tell your doctor right away. Myrbetriq may affect or be affected by other medications. Before taking Myrbetriq, tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Common side effects include increased blood pressure, common cold symptoms, urinary tract infection, and headache.
It's time for you to make the calls, so call your doctor to see if Myrbetriq may be right for you. Visit Myrbetriq.com to learn more.
When your grip is starting to slip, handling nail clippers can be tough. Clip too closely and ouch! Introducing the amazing new Roto Clipper, the fast, easy way to trim and file your nails at the same time. Just push the button and insert your nail. In seconds, you have a perfectly trimmed nail. Just like an electric emery board, it precisely files each nail for a salon-smooth finish. Dual-sided Roto Clipper uses one side to trim nails and the other side to file them. The secret is the durable beveled blades that spin at a powerful 700 RPM to trim and shape fingernails to a smooth, flawless finish. Clippings are nasty. Not anymore. Roto Clipper's removable head means easy cleaning. The blades are recessed so they're safe to the touch. Roto Clipper won't harm your skin. It's delicate enough, it won't even damage a balloon. It's hard to see when you clip your nails, but with Roto Clipper's light, you can trim your nails with ease. Clipping your nails is a struggle. Let battery-operated Roto Clipper do the work for you. The ergonomic grip fits comfortably in your hand, perfect for arthritis sufferers.
I have a hard time bending down to trim my toenails. Roto Clipper makes it so easy.
I have patients coming in all the time to trim their nails. And now with Roto Clipper, they can trim their own nails and keep them healthy.
Did rough nails snag your stocking? Roto Clipper grooms nails with smooth, even edges. Kids will be chipper when you use Roto Clipper.
Cutting my son's nails used to be a battle, but with the Roto Clipper, it's so fun. He actually wants to trim his nails now.
Now get Roto Clipper for just $19.99. Order right now and we'll double the offer and give you a second Roto Clipper totally free because there are no additional shipping and handling charges. That's 2 Roto Clipper nail trimmers for the price of 1.
To order Roto Clipper for $19.99 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-922-0675 or order online at rotoclipper.com.
All right, so we do know that the reservoir levels, there's more water in California because of all of the recent rain. A lot of it's gone up, but state water officials have just extended mandatory cuts in water use into next fall.
And that's great news because we know it's going to take a long time before we really start to see an end to the water restrictions. Dave Malkoff went on an intense hike to find the answer.
How does California break its drought?
You will need snowshoes to answer that question.
My name is Frank Gerke.
Frank is one of the state's top snow experts. This is where the snow is building up. We are immersed in a mountain forest in central California. From our trailhead to a building called Gin Flat Station, it's more than a 6-mile round-trip hike through all that snow.
Snow is air and water. We only care about the water part. You think of the snowpack as a gigantic reservoir.
So it doesn't really matter how much it rains in California. Drought is fixed with snow.
Absolutely.
We are walking to one of 130 automatic snow sensing robots the state has set up inside the Sierra Nevada range. Ours is on the fritz. Another mile still this way. We've been walking forever.
We're on the Tioga Road through Yosemite National Park all the way across the Sierra.
Yosemite, this breathtaking landscape, has seen the drought's effects as well.
It's the first time we've had a lot of snow in 4 years.
Oh, bear crossing, lovely. Back here on that remote Yosemite trail where snowmobiles are strictly prohibited, it's getting late, and we've just made it to that malfunctioning snow station.
Yeah, we want to get back before dark.
These sites are vital to understanding how California does or does not bust out of a drought.
You're looking at essentially the brains of the operation up here.
And they're based on 1990s level technology, trading high tech in for a device that can take whatever Mother Nature throws at them.
Computers sometimes just simply stop.
Turns out the computer needed a reboot, and so will the snowpack. These stations report the snow is just 16% above average right now. Do you know if this is enough snow to beat the drought?
Not even, no.
Even 50% above average snowfall may not be enough to break this historic drought. California must keep snowing.
So it's doable. Whether or not it happens, time will tell.
In Yosemite National Park, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
Oh, well, for more on the very latest on the snow cover, we want to bring in KMBC meteorologist Crystal Egger. And Crystal, you're going to be really comparing the snow cover from last year to what we're seeing now.
That's right. Good morning, you guys. We already heard we've had the best snowpack in at least 4 years, but it needs to keep snowing. It needs to keep raining. The good news is that compared to last year, we're building our frozen reservoir. This image shows where we are now and where we were last year, and it's all of the western part of the country. Look at that, you guys.
Huge.
Utah, Nevada, into Colorado, we have a better snowpack than what we had. Now, the drought monitor is not reflecting a big change this week. So looking at the latest numbers, 1 week ago, 40% exceptional drought. We're at 39%. Again, it's going to take years to dig us out of this. We're seeing short-term improvements, not long-term improvements yet. And it's only getting drier right now. I want to show you some El Nino comparisons. When you look at the strongest El Nino years we have had, 97, 98, 82, and 83, that's what you're seeing where it says December. We did well in San Francisco during the month of December. We were above those El Nino years. Not so good in January. February is supposed to be the wettest time. During those El Nino years, we had an incredible amount of rain, even in Los Angeles. But you guys, the outlook for the next 2 weeks, completely dry here in California.
And it's also going to be warm too, isn't it, Crystal?
Yes, very warm. We get the offshore flow. While it's north, it's warm. We're going to be in the 80s even at the beaches, you guys.
Ooh.
But we also know that the weather's going to be nice for the Super Bowl as well. Those temperatures will be soaring and nice and dry. We'll be right back.
All right, Crystal, thank you very much.
My hands to myself. Whenever I try to grow out my hair, strands always break off. Can't keep my hands to myself. But now, Pantene is making my hair practically unbreakable. The new Pro-V formula micro-targets weak spots, making every inch stronger, so I can love my hair longer. Pantene. Strong is beautiful. Get even faster results with Pantene Expert, our most intensely concentrated Pro-V formula.
I love Rudy's smile, so I give him these Milk-Bone brushing chews. It's a treat that's proven to clean as well as a toothbrush to help keep his teeth and gums clean and healthy. This is my favorite. Say it with Milk-Bone.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too.
7 days a week. AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Let me get you ready for the day weather-wise.
We've got a lot going on this morning.
Definitely see what kind of pattern we've had.
So start your morning routine with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jan Carfagno, and the rest of AMHQ.
It is a team here at the Weather Channel, and an awesome team at that.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80. Winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, a few showers this evening, then clouds lingering overnight. Thunder possible. Low 61. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy. High 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
See me.
See me.
Don't stare at me.
See me.
See me.
See me to know that psoriasis is just something that I have.
I'm not contagious.
See me to know that I won't stop
until I find what works.
Discover Cosentyx, a different kind of medicine for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, proven to help the majority of people find clear or almost clear skin. 8 out of 10 people saw 75% skin clearance at 3 months, while the majority saw 90% clearance. Do not use if you are allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, you should be tested for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. If you have Crohn's disease, tell your doctor as symptoms can worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
See me.
See me.
See me on my way.
Find clear skin and a clearer path forward. For a different kind of medicine, ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
Hail Caesar is a masterpiece, featuring an all-star cast. It's glamorous and hilarious.
You sure he's the father?
Yeah, absolutely he's the father. Pretty sure.
Hail Caesar, a Coen Brothers film, rated PG-13.
Building the only truck with the best fuel economy. An award-winning engine. And a 9,200-pound towing capacity takes guts. Overcoming any obstacle, that's the glory. Get a great deal on the trucks that give you both during Ram Truck Month. Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus up to $2,000 truck month bonus cash on 2016 Ram 1500.
Attention business owners, get faster internet with the Comcast Business Switch and Save event. Call 800-501-6000 for fast 25 megabits per second internet at 30% off the regular price. Just $69.95 per month, our lowest price of the year. But hurry, this special offer ends soon. Call now and you'll also get our no-glitch switch. Choose your installation time, days, nights, even weekends. Then we'll install in about an hour. Save 30% with the Comcast Business Switch and Save event. Call 800-501-6000 now.
We live in a pick and choose world. Choose, choose, choose. But at bedtime, why settle for this? Enter Sleep Number and the Ultimate Sleep Number event going on now. Sleep IQ technology tells you how well you slept and what adjustments you can make. You like the bed soft. He's more hardcore. So your sleep goes from good to great to wow. Only at a Sleep Number store. Right now, save 50% on the Ultimate Limited Edition bed. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
Well, when life gives you snow, what do you do when you're a little guy and you're a river otter and you decide to go sledding? You do it on your belly. You do it on your belly. You don't need a sled when you're built like this river otter. This is Bobby. He's 3 years old, and one of his caretakers took a video of him. He was enjoying all the snow, Chris.
Yeah, that's really nice, isn't it, huh?
It is.
Yeah, so...
It's not as cute as that panda, though. I mean, this is cute.
Well,
But the panda was really getting in
Well,
there.
this is pretty cute.
It is.
Might have to have a cute off later. This is, again, in the Minnesota Zoo, parts of the state. More than a foot of snow from Winter Storm Kayla. Bloomington, the big winner, 13.5 inches. You could look at this all day, couldn't you?
I could. Just watching him just entertain himself like, oh my God, this is the best day I've had in so long. All right, we look across parts of the Midwest, Chris, and what we see are temperatures actually in the 20s out.
We do see temperatures in the 20s. We see a little bit of sunshine as well. Look at the difference between Minneapolis, where that otter is still kind of chilling out there, 14 degrees. It's cold in St. Louis, but look at the blue skies. Temperatures later today in St. Louis will be just a little bit cooler than average, lower 40s expected for you. Kansas City also in the lower 40s. And we're looking now a little bit farther to the east, and a big story is going to be, will it snow? How much snow? When? And when will it happen again, guys?
Yeah, we have so many questions we have to dig into with Dr. Greg Postel. And we do know that now in the immediate future, New England is looking at a snow forecast.
Yes, a snow event of some kind or another soon, tonight and tomorrow. So this is perhaps maybe fresh on some people's minds. This is our best estimate for the amount of snow that we're going to get across southern New England. 3 inches in some places, maybe 4 to 6 in others. But overall, this is going to happen soon, and there's still a lot left to sort out before we're super confident on the numbers. There's a lot of uncertainty still in this forecast.
Yeah, for even now, and then we go into the future, of course, there's even more uncertainty as well. You know, when we looked at this yesterday, I was talking to Jessica, I'm like, well, what about that low coming through? It didn't look that impressive then, but now
things are changing a little bit. And one of the reasons why, and you know, as I said earlier to Chris, and you heard that, but forecasting snowstorms on the East Coast are a pain in the neck because the storm is over here. Most of it is offshore and nobody experiences it, but it's the one side of it that is always tricky. If it moves a little ways inland, all of a sudden nobody's involved to the I-95 corridor. Megalopolis is involved.
But the front's making it more of a player too now.
Yes, we've got basically a frontal zone that's kind of trailed around here. This is a classic setup for East Coast development. And we have a powerful upper trough, upper level low that is kind of swirling away around up here. That is going to come over this frontal zone, and at some point is going to trigger the development of low pressure right along that area, likely tonight, and it's going to move pretty close to the coast, close enough anyway to give them snow. Now, there are a wide range of track options for the yet to develop low, but somewhere in this zone, if it moves a little farther inland, you get more snow. If it's a little farther out to sea, obviously you get less. A lot to sort out yet.
Yeah, but we have the thickness for it.
We do.
The goal, yeah.
We do. It's going to be cold enough to do that. And speaking of cold, let's go ahead, moving forward now day by day. This is today, and what I put on here is basically a map of the jet stream with surface pressure here. So what we've got, right, is a jet stream that's kind of following these lines. Let me get a better color on that. Let's do the white one. So, right, jet stream.
Make it stand out.
Uh-oh, look at that. That's a pretty big sort of undulation in the jet stream.
It is.
That's a pretty thing. So what it's doing is bringing cold air southward, and you can sort of get a sense for that cold air by those blues. Look what happens as we go. Watch this.
But cold around comes.
Look at that. Boom.
Right here.
Boom.
Next week.
It's coming down, right? It's going to come down into the northeast, likely next week. So I think there's a pretty good amount of confidence that behind all the snow that we get, not just maybe tonight and tomorrow, but over the next few days in the northeast, there's a lot of cold air that's going to be draining out of Canada.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, too, to see where we're going to see above average precipitation as well, chances, a lot of things.
Yes.
All right, Chris.
And just in time for Valentine's Day, you two.
Nice.
Flower delivery, you've got an excuse if you don't get them done in time, maybe.
What if the flowers don't show up?
Or they're wilted from the cold?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take another look at the heavy rain and the flooding we've seen in the southeast. Also, the dramatic new video we've been analyzing throughout the course of the morning here on Weather Center Live, tornadoes.
An important message from Meso Justice. For decades, many Americans working in the trades were exposed to asbestos without their knowledge. The result, thousands of cases of asbestos-induced mesothelioma. The U.S. Bankruptcy Court has established Asbestos Trust with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call Meso Justice today.
Please call 800-919-6725.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80. Winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, a few showers this evening, then clouds lingering overnight. Thunder possible. Low 61. Chance of rain 30%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy. High 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.